Back again with my crew, DLS Wave. Today it's simple, sports, the Afcon. But the main focus will be on Ghana because we are Ghanaians. But we are looking at the teams, some of the teams involved. So, without much ado, let's go. Afcon. Yeah, the most prestigious tournament in Africa. And it's being hosted by the Côte d'Ivoire or the Ivory Coast. We have some prominent elite teams in there, or countries, if I may say. The Egypt are there, the Nigerians, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Namibia, South Africa, and then the almighty Black Stars, the Ghanaian national team. I want us to look at our chances, but before we look at our chances, let's look at the state of the team and where you think we will head or we will place in the tournament, if we can win the tournament or not. So let's look at the current state of the team, tactical formation and everything. The Black Stars, yes.
Yeah, we are not confident. Let's be honest, we're not confident. I mean, come on. I think since
You
the
and
days of Apia and
Me and myself.
John, right? I really don't think we have done anything to kind of like ascertain the reality that we have a chance. I mean, what have we really done? We lost to Comoros. We just drew out with Namibia, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all these teams are not on par with Ghana. I mean, we're talking about the Ghana Black Stars.
Yeah.
This is a team when before they come off to play, right? A lot of commentators would be like, hey, this is the team to watch out for. But it's not the same anymore. You got to be honest. Either our time is past or there's really, really something that's
But
missing.
have you taken into consideration that the coach is difficult for international coaches because of the time to prepare for tactics, the time they have in camp or they will have before they will start tournament or they play tournament. Because yes, our form, the Black Stars, the form of the team is not that great.
We don't spark fear in opponents.
Yes, because if I have to, before you come in, someone like Nyao Nyao Tomaklo, a very known sports figure in Ghana, came out saying that our coach is totally useless. But do you agree with him, and do you think the coach can do more with the time and the quality of players we have?
For me, let me start by saying our chances are slim based on the evidence of what we've seen in the last maybe 10 years or something. If, like he rightly said, John, Pierre, their generation, their team at the time couldn't win the Afcon. Looking at our current team and its performance in the last few years, we have no chance. I mean, if you're going to play against countries like Senegal that are matching world-class teams boot to boot, Egypt with some of the top strikers in the world that can score from any angle. Look at the caliber of goalkeepers and defense we have. I don't think we really have a chance in this tournament, but things can change. You never know. Nobody knows the future. When it comes to the coaches, I think that Ghana, we've always had a problem. How many coaches have we changed in the last 20 years? And how many coaches has a team like Senegal changed or Egypt changed? Every tournament, you can always see about 70% of maybe the technical team or the coach or the players still in place. So if you look at Jan, Apia, John Mensah and the rest, these are household names in Ghana because we have known them for a long time. They know Montari and the rest. They know how they play. They know how they relate with each other. They have the Black Star spirit. But what do we see now? Every tournament, there's a new set of players and there's a new coach. Since the World Cup, we had how many coaches? We had Kwesi Appiah, we had C.K. Akuno, we had Otuado, now we have. So we keep changing coaches and blaming it on the coach every time, and then we go and bring a new coach. I like to reference Senegal. They've had their coach, Cisse, for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
They won the Afcon last time,
Yeah.
and they are still doing very well because he had time to build a team up to this level. And now they're a team to reckon with. If you're going to play with Senegal now, it's like the fear people had or teams had when they played Ghana 15 years ago,
Yes, it's true.
10 years ago.
True.
You dare not even stand in front of Ghanaian players because if you know, if the Black Stars arrived, they had arrived. You had a force to reckon with. But we keep changing coaches and blaming coaches. So what Dr. Nyaho is saying, I agree with him to a certain point. But I also feel like we haven't given coaches the stability and the freedom to operate and to choose their own teams.
The word you just speak there is the most.
I think that's where the problem is coming to. Yes,
freedom. Because I think the general public don't have the patience. That is what I think. Because stability when it comes to a football team is key.
Yeah.
Yes, looking at this crop of players, there are few gems in there, not many. But one thing I've learned about sports or football in general is there can be shocks.
Yeah.
You
But
understand?
not from Ghana.
Yeah, I can give you so many.
Because the Ghanaian team is so predictable.
The stability. If you look at the team, yes, they don't really infuse you with like hope. You understand? But teams have gone to tournament.
Yeah.
History tells us that teams, underdogs, have gone to tournament and they've won.
Like Zambia, when they won was in 2012. Nobody expected them to.
And even if you go to Europe, Denmark,
Yeah.
nobody
I
expected.
would argue that
even
part.
Ivory Coast. I remember 1992. We were the favorites.
But I will argue that part. Why? Because we cannot leave things to chance. And this is what we do with the Black Stars, right? We just go and we hope for a miracle.
No.
You know
with the Black Stars,
The
this
shocks,
one I disagree.
You cannot rely on the shocks, the shock factor.
No, but this one, most of the time, when Black Stars go for tournament, we are seen as favorites.
Well, some of the favorites
yeah,
now.
most-
It's gradually sometimes.
now-
the wording has changed.
Totally diminishing.
No,
It's
now
not
I agree,
like-
it does.
Yeah,
but I'm
always,
talking about,
yeah.
we're talking about the past.
past,
Most
yeah.
of the time,
Yeah.
we've gone into tournament as favorites.
And we've really actually done well. We are always in the top four, like
Yeah, but-
especially semi-finals or whatever.
Yeah,
in the
but
past,
this
not
is the
now.
problem. I don't care about
But
top
we didn't
4,
win.
top 3. Exactly.
We didn't win.
Right, nobody even cares about number 2. You have to be number 1 of it.
Yes, that is why we're favorites in other tournaments. But currently, with this caliber of players and this team, the way we played against Namibia, the friendly, you could see there's no cohesion.
Yeah.
So for me, what do you expect the coach to do? What are your expectations?
Well, if you ask me, I mean, naturally, when it comes to like a team, right, everything has to work. You cannot pay attention to one part and ignore the other. Every single thing has to work. In a tournament, you cannot overlook anything. So that's what I'm saying. But when it comes to like the Black Stars, like saying, I don't know, since the past decade, there's always been problem in the GFA. Politics.
So that's what you mean. Everything has
Exactly, right?
Player selection.
Player selection, who you call, who you don't call. People have favorites, right? How much are they getting paid? Everything is up for discussion. Everything is in the public eye. When other teams are kind of like really seriously preparing, we're playing politics with our teams. Do you know what I mean, right? Then again, we go to these tournaments, and again, like I said, we leave everything to chance. If you notice the pattern of the way we play, right? We wait the very last 10, 20 minutes. That is when we get geared up. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
Yeah.
From like, minute 1 to minute like 70 to papa. We go down 2 goals to
Play all
nothing.
our football
Exactly. We go down
last
2
15
goals to
minutes.
nothing, and then we're like, whoa, here we go. And I've heard a lot of commentators say that they always say, "Oh, this is a typical Ghanaian."
So
play."
do you think we go to tournament thinking it's just a walk in the park?
No, because we're not psychologically prepared. We're not like emotionally prepared. We're not financially prepared. We're nothing prepared. Take a look at the pitch they're training on now. It's owned by a private investor, a private
And
person.
the road to the pitch is just
Exactly. We have a national team that needs a national
We don't even
stadium
have
to
training
practice
grounds
on.
for our national
We don't have a
teams.
training ground, dude.
And
For
they
a
live in-
national team.
and they live in hotels.
What
Very
are we
expensive.
discussing right now? What are we talking about?
We could have like training grounds, a sports center for all our national teams. When
So
there's a
we are
tournament-
talking
guys, hold
about
on, hold on,
2024 in Ghana,
Hold on.
1957
So
after
all
independence.
you're saying now is what I'm getting from what you guys are talking about is our infrastructure is not right.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you sleep according to the way you make your bed. Exactly. So if your preparation is not great, what are you going to achieve there? I mean, this is basic common sense.
I mean, so we've said this before off camera that a serious country, it's not just about building stadiums, which we don't even have, by the way. We don't have any world standard stadium. But I think the wisest thing would be we have a ultra modern sports center for it. It's not just Black Stars, for all our national teams, Black Queens, whatever.
They have it, Winneba.
That's what is the name of
But you see, hold on. You see why? Back then they were using the Winneba to do like from the under whatever to get players.
Yeah.
That was why those times we were a big. I'll say we're close to the trophies.
You kind of like, what do you call it? I mean, saying the same thing I would have said, because at the end, like I said, we're not developing as a nation.
Yes, we are.
You're talking about back then, right?
Yeah.
Winneba.
Yeah.
We're way past that period.
Yeah.
You cannot say 2024. A country like Ghana, with our resources, infrastructure, democratic, stance in on a global scale. Like, we're known for a lot of things, and we do not have a stadium. A world-renowned or world-standard stadium, training ground.
The most annoying thing is before this preparation started, they wanted to camp in South Africa.
Yes.
And when Namibia said they were camping in Ghana, people were making noise. Why are you going to spend all that money in South Africa when the tournament is just next door?
Next door.
What are you going to achieve? But I think they were going to South Africa because of the facilities. So if we have a center like that where our teams can camp, they don't need to. You have our national players mingling with people in public hotels and paying so much money for it. When we can have a place where they can always camp, which belongs to government, which is properly managed.
That's why I asked about the infrastructure.
And spend the money rather on kits and motivation and other things.
That is why I asked.
One second. Whatever you said, it makes a lot of sense. But then again, there's another side to that, because they did not go to South Africa. The money they would have spent in South Africa, where is that gonna go?
No. So my question.
Right, where is that gonna go? They could have used, like you said,
calm down.
To fix the pitch. But is it
You-
really gonna get fixed? They did not go to South. Where is that money gonna
You
go?
both have a point, but this is my question. My question is, they've had about 3 years
to prepare for
No, 100 years. We always know the schedule of Afcon.
Exactly.
Okay. So 100 years.
Yeah.
So, we know the budget they will come with, or the expenses, or the things they've spent on after the tournament.
Yeah.
We will see the figures.
Yeah.
My question is, for the past 3 years or 4 years, the team, or let's say 2 years, the team have qualified.
Yeah.
We will train somewhere. Yeah. They will need this and that and that and that. Why are you laughing?
Because everything you say is very rhetorical. This is classic Ghana style. We know it all. You're right. Like I said, we know it all. What do we do about it? That's the question. Absolutely nothing. We rent out our fields to musicians for concerts, right?
And they were doing donuts with motorcycles.
And then that
who
becomes,
allows motorbikes and cars onto a football pitch?
What do you mean who allows? Ghana does. We do. So this it shows you a classic case of us not being serious. It's not people like we're not serious as a nation.
I mean, even
we're not serious.
Like if you're talking about the training, right? We're not hosting the tournament, so we're not even saying renovate the whole stadium. Can't we even put water on the field to get a grass green to make the ground soft? These guys are getting hurt because the ground is hard.
Yeah.
Because when you're training, it's like you're playing a match.
Yeah.
So
I don't mean to.
So they have a whole year to prepare.
The things that we say that for me, it always feels like, oh, we could have, just put water on the ground. No. We need
that is the least.
We don't want the least. We need world because we can do it.
No, but
there is money in the account, there's resources, and there is stuff that we can leverage.
Much does it take to have a world standard?
But that's what I'm saying. We're not talking about.
We are not talking about.
We're talking about something that is pretty much
something just decent.
Exactly, something decent. That's what I'm saying.
So that is why I asked you these questions. You guys need to answer me. The GFA or the sports or whatever, the structure. Do you think the structure is working? It's broken, or
if it's working, it would have been evident. Right? It would have manifested in itself. It's not working. This is what shows that we're not serious as a country. Think about all our old ex-footballers, right? They want nothing to do with GFA.
Yeah.
Why aren't they playing roles in the backroom management? They don't want to. Nobody wants to.
Yeah.
Because they know it's all politics. It's a joke. It's not like we're just looking out for this team.
Why? I have a follow-up question. Why is it that we only see or hear issues with players and pain of players and not playing, pain of players being picked because of, why is it that every tournament we have to go through this?
But that's what I'm saying.
I think because previous coaches have always said there's always strong influence from the GFA
Of course.
in the selection of players. So Siki Akono was a concrete example. He said categorically that he wasn't allowed to choose to select his own players. He'll get a phone call and say, put this guy on the list. Put that guy on the list. And if you don't do it, that's how they lose their job. If you try to, you can't fight it in the public space. They try to fight it secretly.
Yeah, so I think it's all like embedded in the
But
contract,
so if you
right?
if you push players on coaches,
Yeah.
how do you expect the coach to work?
There's
They
not
don't
even
care.
need for a coach
They do
then
not
anymore
care.
because
Yeah, then they should just hire somebody who just say, okay,
They don't care, but
give me
this-
the list and then I'll call the players. They come and
If
play.
you look, I mean, you cannot say just because we're not from those countries, we cannot, categorically like speak for that country. But we don't really hear all of these like troubles in other camps.
Yes.
Let's be honest, man.
Yes.
We barely hear them.
Yeah.
They just focus on the game,
Yeah.
whereas we just do politics behind the scenes.
yeah.
Nyantechi this, the new one, I even forgot the new one.
Yeah.
Randy
Ketu
Abbott this,
Kweku.
Okreku. That's all we hear, instead of the focus being on the team. And it's all, there are always too many distractions.
We like I was saying in the beginning, you see new players every tournament.
Yeah.
New players every tournament. And it's so to the point that Andrea Yu, he's one of the, I think they say he's the most capped Black Stars player.
Yeah.
That guy started playing when I was in high school, but I'm pretty sure I'm even older than him.
Yeah.
He's still on the team. If we had a good structure to groom new players, Andrea Yu should not be playing for Black Stars now.
Or even if he's playing, you build teams
around him. And like you were rightly saying, that all players are someone like Asamoah Gyan. He only retired from football a year ago.
2 years ago.
Asamoah Gyan should be on the team.
list goes on. I
Muntari.
mean, come on, all these guys, right? Why aren't they taking part in building up,
They don't want to have anything to do with it.
So in total, the structure is not structuring.
We don't have a good structure.
The whole thing is not balanced. There's no balance, because this is one thing also why when the guys come back, they don't really give their best. Because if you look at the play overseas, right?
Yeah.
Top notch.
Because they have the facilities.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And they
Yeah.
also get paid well, and they're treated well, and they're respected, right? But then when they come back, it's like every decision has to be made by the GFA.
Yeah.
But the point is, you are not the ones on the field playing the game. So some of these things are psychological, right? If a player is
Yeah.
going to go play and it's like there are backroom managerial problems.
And frankly, if you look at
And
how,
they know they are coming to spend like a week, 2 weeks, and then
Of
they go
course,
back
and they're
to
gonna make
money back.
their millions of
Yeah.
euros and millions of dollars elsewhere. Why would they bother, right? Because then if they lose, it's gonna be the same story
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
People are gonna yap about it for a week. It dies off something else.
I mean, you look at all these
Life goes
even
on.
like English Premier League teams or whatever, La Liga. They have their junior teams,
Yes.
and they keep picking
It is structure,
this
yeah.
little boy. What's his name? Kobe Mano.
Menu
He came from the
United, yeah.
junior team
Yeah.
to the national team, so they always have a junior team in preparation for the senior team.
yeah.
Ghana, we say that we have black meteors, black satellites, black this. Asamoah Gyan and the rest, Muntari, they all rose from those teams.
That generation,
Now,
yeah.
what do you see?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
some guy in
different
Bulgaria. His mom is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
We're gonna pick him.
But it's actually becoming a shame to us as a country. All we look for now is Germany-born Ghanaian,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yeah.
Austrian-born
Even they're
Ghanaian,
talking about this menu guy.
Italian-born this. That's what they keep. They're trying to get people that have already been
That's not
trained
how it should
and
be.
they're already on a higher
We
level.
need-
But those
We are
people
not
can
one
come
culture.
in. Listen, these people can come in. There's no problem. You can bring these people.
There
If the
is a problem. There
no,
is
no,
a
no,
problem.
But
No.
hold on.
There is a. Do you know why? Because it's very difficult for them to acclimatize and understand our ways of play.
Hold on.
It's
So
very
let me.
difficult.
The other countries, African countries, they do that. Yeah, they do that. They do get players and come and join them. But
not as many as Ghana do.
No. But the thing is, look at it this way: the structure is there. You understand? They have structures. I'll give you an example. Cameroon. There was a point they were going through what we're going through.
Yeah.
And then they changed. They brought in somebody like Samuel Eto'o was supposed to play for the Spanish team, but they convinced him. He came and joined, right? But that time, if you look at their team, those who came and joined from, like, they grew up in Europe and whatever, there was a strong structure behind them. You understand? So when you come in, you fit.
Yeah, you have to fall in.
But the problem we are having now is we don't have the structure. The coach is not allowed to do his stuff.
Yeah.
You understand? And they are picking. This is a key problem. As a coach, you need to pick players that fit your system. So if you come with a system and then they go and tell you, go and bring somebody who doesn't fit your system, how would your system work? We, the spectators, will expect you to do magic.
Yeah.
And that coach cannot come public to say, oh, I'm being given this player. Well, we all know.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is why we've been changing. That's why I went back. I'm saying, if you look at back in the day, the Winneba structure I'm talking about, all these players you mentioned, they went through that school.
Yeah.
They went through, if I say school, like you go through the academy.
Yeah.
You from this, they played under 18, under 29, or under 20, or whatever. You understand?
So we don't groom up.
We don't need to have a.
Now we don't.
Remember
That structure is broken.
Do you remember that under 20 squad we used to have?
Yes.
Eddie,
Yeah.
and all those.
Yeah.
They all die out.
Exactly.
They all die
Look
out.
at IU when he captained. Was it the Meteors? When they won the
One
World
under,
Cup.
Under 20, right? That was under
They
20.
had this goalkeeper was Ajay or something.
Yeah.
Sammy
You
Ajay.
don't- Not Sami Ajay. There was
Ajay. Yeah. There was
He was
Slim.
even saving penalties.
Yes.
Where is that guy?
Yeah.
We just let them disappear.
Yeah, we kill talent,
We don't
man.
breed
Yep.
them. We just let them disappear.
I think they look for marketability, right? There are people who are marketable.
How quick
they
can I
look for.
sell? How
Exactly
quick
right.
can I get
Exactly. So it's about people who have the package to be sold to Europe. And
You
they
have
make
your
money. It's not about talent.
We have national teams, but you have the senior national team preparing for a continental tournament. They are camping in Kumasi. They're living in a hotel with other human beings. They should be in a football mood. But what is happening? They're meeting this guy who is with his girlfriend from
Taking
somewhere,
selfies
taking selfies.
But honestly, not even if
And
you have
even
like a
look at the
psychologist
road-
in our backroom
look
stuff.
at
But
the-
these, like exactly
we
what you
do.
said.
We do.
This is a psychological
We do.
problem. Now, honestly, because like somebody says, the game is actually won psychologically
Yeah.
before you even start playing.
On
You
the
actually
pitch.
get on the pitch.
You have to be in the mood.
So, like you're saying, if you have people walking in, like you know,
Someone-
can you
people
sign?
swimming,
Yeah, somebody's can you
the-
sign an autograph? Right? Can you take a picture with me? How are their preparation
We
going to end
need
up?
a sports, ultra modern sports
Right.
facility for
Facilities.
camping, for
Real
serious
joke.
tournaments.
We're joke.
I mean, have you seen them going to training? Some private guys giving a stadium for training. That's a good, cool thing. But the way they said it takes about 40 or 45 minutes to get to the pitch, and it's to quite.
That is
So
normal
all
because
that
our
goes
roads
in-
are in bad shape.
Yes, but the thing is, if you're preparing for a serious tournament like this, the players should be, you should not pamper them, but everything should be. I mean, before you get to the training grounds, you're already tired. Let's be honest with
So
ourselves.
with this amazing preparation and stuff,
45 minutes drive
Yes.
plus 30 minutes jump.
with this amazing preparation,
That's energy
what,
level.
What do you think?
80% down.
I mean,
I'm not kidding.
if you look at some of these teams, right, Liverpool, Arsenal, when they are going to training, they drive in, they park their cars, they enter the academy or whatever.
for the city.
They go, they get briefing in some rooms, and once they step out, they're on the pitch.
Yeah.
So you leave all the nonsense in your car. Once you step in here, this is serious business. But when they're even going to train, everybody's on their phones.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
so
just
with
not-
with all these issues surrounding this team, what do you think are our chances?
None.
Do you actually believe in the
Yes,
Black
I
Star
do.
team?
No, I don't. No, not them as individual players. Individually, they all great.
Yeah, they are
players,
good
but
players.
collectively, with the coach plus management, it doesn't add up.
So our chances. Are we going to qualify
We're gonna
to the quarterfinals or
it's gonna be a miracle even if we make it to like the final.
so you are
16.
looking at the group stages?
early disqualification. What is it? What do you call it?
Yeah,
Early
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Cameroon is going to repeat itself.
Early. What do you call it? Disqualification.
Early exit.
No, dude, you gotta look at history, right? 2003, last year. I mean, how many games did we win? Be friendly, be the qualification stages.
You're even talking about World Cup. Let's look at it.
No, not World Cup. I'm talking about this
Afcon in
qualification.
Cameroon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean that? We always win by
Comoros. What happened with
slim
Comoros?
chance.
What happened with what do you call it?
What happened with
South Africa?
I mean, have we really been able
We
to
got
prove?
some lucky penalty.
Pick one team that we proved that Black Stars is back.
Yeah, we play like a team.
Exactly, like we're back. This is it. We're back.
I don't think we have a good chance because if you look at how this team going to compete with the likes of Salah, who can score from any angle in the 18 box. You look at Sadio Mane, who would take a ball in the middle, dribble and go and score. What are we talking about? Our defense is like, yo, let's go in. They kick a corner, the ball is coming, and our guys are doing it's like training, not even intending to head the ball. So for me, if I look at how other teams are playing, then I don't think we have a chance.
We don't have a chance. And I feel really bad for Kudus, right? Because now everybody's putting pressure on Kudus. Kudus is going to be the man to watch out for. And if Kudus gets, you know, what was the word again? If he gets ganged up on, or what's the word again?
Double.
If he gets
the double up
shut
on
down,
him,
that will be it.
And also another thing I see in our team is we don't have a unifier. If you look at the time of when Asamoah was a captain, anytime
even Steven Appiah,
yes,
right?
even the motivation he gives the team. But now we don't have that figure.
Yep.
Because having a captain is not just about someone who is experienced, or you need somebody who can pull the resources together, who can, because a captain is actually part of a technical team. So if you don't have a player who can actually, how do you call it?
The captain is the voice
Motivate.
of the coach on the
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're the guys who's going to be like, you down one or two goals down, right? They can pull you guys back in the trenches and be like, yo, guys, blah, blah, this is, and then they come back strong, right? But I don't think we got anybody like that. All we got are like German players. This German.
So with all the problems we've highlighted, do you think the problem should be put in on the GFA or the coach?
I think from what
or the players on top of it.
I think the problem, bits of the problem can come from all these areas, but from what we've always heard from coaches and the number of coaches we've changed, if things would have changed or gotten better, they would have gotten better. And from what the coaches have been saying, that they have a lot of opposition and influence from the GFA in terms of player selection, and mostly player selection, because the team is the players. So I think that if we recognize that most of the problem is coming from the GFA, where they don't give the coaches enough freedom to operate, choose their own players and make their own decisions, then we'll continue to be where we are. And they've putting the blame on coaches, the reason why I don't support it is there are examples. If you look at Senegal, they've had Cissé for many years. They weren't doing well, but over the last 10 years, they've been doing really well. You look at France, for instance, that I've forgotten his name. Didier Deschamps.
Yeah.
He's been the coach for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Even if France flops, he's still the coach. Now see where they are. They were almost world number one at the last World Cup.
Yeah.
They've always done well. And there are many other examples like that. So if you give even a bad coach time with the freedom to operate,
And the facilities.
with time, he will develop. He will select the best players. But if after every tournament, he didn't do well, we take him out. We're not looking at the core problem. The core problem is the person who is employing the coach. Until that changes, no matter which coach you bring in.
Yeah, because you
can
cannot tell
perform.
me the past 5-10 years, all the coaches that we've employed, they are not good.
We employ them because they're good anyway.
It means that the structure is not that good. You understand? But listen, we've talked a lot about our problems. How do you think it can be solved? The way forward.
I believe until we learn to be very selfless, that's the only way I see. Because I feel like everybody's got their own interest going into the game, going into the whole organization, right? GFA's got their own, ideas and, a concept of what should be, done and not done. The coach has got his own, playbook, right? The players coming, nobody really know what's going on in the player's mind. Because I feel like they never really do their topmost, European bets. When they play in Europe, it's like, you know how it is. We all watch the EPL and everything, the Premier League. But then when they come to, the national team, it's like, subpar. They don't really play they play in Europe. But it could be attributed to, like I said, backroom, managerial problems because one, if you're selfless enough going in and think I'm doing this for country and not for self, right? I feel like you're gonna give your all. I feel like these were the days that Asamoah Gyan and Stephen Appiah. These were the days that they were kind of like pioneering. They had this mindset like Appiah would say, do or die. That's the mentality they're going with.
Yeah.
But since then, it's always been like, money issues. I mean, it happened with Prince, right? Kevin Prince.
Yeah.
And some of these guys are all out there still playing games, right? It's always like Asian, whatever. They all do not want to have anything with the GFA because of all these selfishness. So until we learn to be selfless, coaches the same thing. They should not have favorites and everything, right? You just have to be said, this is not about me. It's not about the play. It's about what? It's about the country. This is my job. I got to do this. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if I think I did not play time in your club. It's like it doesn't matter who it is. If they have to be benched, they have to be benched. No room for compromise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with you. It's not personal.
Yeah.
But in this instance,
That's
we all
the word.
know there are some guys in the team
there are
that
some.
cannot
Most
be
of
benched.
them. Yeah.
Some of them they know by default they're gonna be
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
By default they're gonna be captains. By default they're gonna be in the net. By default, some of these guys have the default call up.
Since we've looked at because with this topic we can talk all day. Since we've established that we are not going to do any wonders in the tournament, let's look at some of the favorites in the competition. The Nigerians, they have a strong team. Egypt has a strong team. Senegal, South Africa will be there or thereabout. The Cameroon.
Yeah, you mentioned
Cameroon. So with these teams, who is your favorite?
For me, Senegal are the current champions, and I think they still have a strong chance of winning it again.
Well, I don't really have a favorite team. I think may the best team win. But if you put in the work, you prepare to the best of your ability, you deserve to win. You know what I mean? If somebody takes you out by chance, hey, good luck to them.
Yeah, that's it. Tournament sports is like that.
Yeah.
It is like that.
That is why I'm trying to
usually
give the
those
blacks.
who come prepared usually win. Because
True.
if you pick up people that right now we kind of like adore and worship, and they're like Ronaldo, the Messi's, the what do you call that guy?
Salah, Mane.
Yeah, Mane,
Salah,
like Drogba, all these guys, or Thierry Henry, all these guys, right? Why do we love them so much? I don't even think they were thinking about the monies or the fame.
Yeah.
It was just the glory. Every game they had to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if that's the mindset, it comes with the money, it comes with the fame naturally, right? So that's what I'm saying. That if you go in there and your mindset is to win, hey, good luck.
So, all in all, do you think this tournament will be a great tournament?
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be fun without Ghana, though.
Or it will be fun with Ghana in it because we come with a lot of drama.
Yeah, but that would be shocking. I mean, I would love to see that, but
We come with a lot. I'm not talking about we qualifying and winning the tournament, but it is the drama, like when we lose a game and everything it brings.
because you know what we always say at our press conferences, the captains. Oh, we have 2 more games ahead of us, so let's forget what's happened, and then we lose the next game.
And then we got to do the calculation.
Exactly.
No, and when this guy plays draw with this one and this one, we can.
And then we're always kind of feeding off of other teams losing or winning, and then we can qualify too. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of
We're
the
talking
day-
about favorite players. Let's not forget. I think it's Guinea. I don't know if he's there's this
Guinea,
guy
yeah,
called
Guinea too.
something Gerard Durasi or something.
Yeah.
I just saw him a few days ago in
He's
the
good.
German league.
Yeah.
He's scoring like 15 goals in like 7 matches. Everywhere he gets the ball is a goal. So, like you're saying, underdogs.
Yeah.
You could have a team that will sweep the whole thing.
But your favorite?
Senegal.
Senegal. Your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite. My favorite would be Ghana, but like I said, I'm really not hopeful of it.
What about the
Because
Nigerians? We've not really talked about
The
them.
Nigeria
Nigerians
has
are
a strong
almost kind of
team,
like
but-
next to Ghana in bullshit.
They have a strong team, but they are never able
Exactly,
to.
they never
It's
pull-
like
yeah,
England.
they
they
never
have a
really-
very strong.
Yeah,
league,
they're not really
but they
pull the
never really
shocker,
get-
right?
Omo, me I not say anything. Oh, these people. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because usually when you're neighbors, right, things that other people did, it kind of wraps up on you, right?
We're talking football, not the country. So
Yeah, exactly.
don't
So
come
the,
for
the, the
us.
thing is, we
Talking
have to be
about football.
realistic, right? If you look at statistics, you can always kind of like prejudge a little bit. It's not about being like too negative or too like dark or morbid. It's just fact. If you do not beat Comoros, Namibia, how do you stand a chance against Egypt?
I'm just looking at Salah and how he would. We have a game with Egypt.
Yeah, but
right?
that's what I'm saying.
They're
I
just
mean,
gonna dismantle
you can
us.
pull a shocker, right? Like you said, they're always a miracle, but it's like statistically.
But you cannot rely on miracles.
That's
to
what I'm
win a
saying,
tournament.
But
right.
remember, Egypt, we beat them. Was it 7-1?
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This time, if you want bet, I'm not anti Ghana or something, but I will not be surprised if they don't score us at least 3-0 with the current play we are playing.
Yeah, exactly. Not the players,
Yeah,
but the play.
yeah.
Okay, this is our take on Ghana.
Yeah, we're not experts or nothing. These are just our
Yes,
opinions.
this is our opinions
That's it.
on Ghana's chances on the
African
Cup of Nations, which will kick off in a couple of days.
Leave your comments.
Leave
in the
your
comment
comments,
section.
like, share, and subscribe, like you always do. Love from this side, love from L, love from D, and love from everyone. Share the love. Peace.